To the pants. And the sisterhood.
And this moment, and the rest of our lives.
Together and apart.
Number 10, Easy A. Even a little white lie can spiral out of control. Olive Pendergast learns that lesson the hard way after fibs about her level of sexual activity take on a life of their own.
So here it is, part 1. The shudder-inducing and cliched, however totally false account of how I lost my virginity to a guy at a community college.
She quickly gains a reputation, and the lies just keep building until she realises it's all gone too far. This film is enticing in a plethora of ways. For one thing, the wit and humour deliver.
Take me away, a secret place, a sweet escape, holiday. I gotta
But that's not all. The way the story is framed as Olive's webcast is super fun, and the Scarlet Letter and classic teen film parallels are incredibly clever. The love story between Olive and Todd also always warms our hearts.
I see you've been watching my live webcast. Still going on, you know.
Screw them, they've had enough of you. Figuratively speaking. I borrowed my neighbor's mower. I came right over.
That almost rhymed.
I know, I spent a minute on it.
Needless to say, this is one webcast we'll never get tired of revisiting. Number 9, The Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants. Bridget, Lena, Carmen and Tibby are very different best friends who come across a pair of jeans that somehow fits all 4 of them.
Come over here and look at yourself. They look amazing on you.
Call me crazy, but it's scientifically impossible that a pair of pants could fit me.
And me.
And me.
And me.
Since they won't be together over the summer, they share custody of the magical garment. Though they have wildly different experiences, they remain connected through the pants. Of course, the real magic lies in the bond that they share.
To the pants. And the sisterhood.
And this summer, and the rest of our lives.
Together and apart.
It's a beautiful story of sisterhood that's just as impactful today as it was in 2005. And we'd be remiss not to mention the amazing main cast, composed of Blake Lively, Alexis Bledel, America Ferrera and Amber Tamblyn.
But we knew now that no matter how far we traveled on our own separate paths,
Somehow we would always find our way back to each other.
and with that, we could get through anything.
To us.
We're still holding out hope that we'll find our own shape-defying jeans, but we're happy to keep living vicariously through this amazing movie until then. Number 8, A Cinderella Story. What do you do when you want to watch a fairy tale and a teen movie? Well, luckily, this 2004 release revamps the story of Cinderella for high school, so you never have to choose between the two.
How could I have seen you before and not know who you are now?
Maybe you were looking, but you weren't really seeing.
Hilary Duff's Sam Montgomery is the unpopular diner girl dealing with a horrible stepmother and stepsisters who constantly mistreat and belittle her.
Now that you're old enough, there's something I've always wanted to tell you, and I think you're ready to hear it. You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright.
Meanwhile, her anonymous online love interest is Chad Michael Murray's Austin Ames, the cool jock who's struggling with the expectations placed on him. The film is full of moments as timeless as the story itself. From Sam's dance entrance to that rain kiss. There's a reason Duff often gets asked about A Cinderella Story, and we think it's because nobody can stop watching it.
As for Austin and me, well, I finally got my cell phone back. We wound up going to Princeton together and lived happily ever after. At least for now. Hey, I'm only a freshman.
Number 7, High School Musical franchise. These 3 movies changed the game. We'll never tire of seeing the teens of East High step outside of their comfort zones, navigate summer jobs, and make decisions about their futures.
But your faith, it gives me strength to believe. We're breaking free.
For Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron knock it out of the park as main characters Troy and Gabriella, while Ashley Tisdale's Sharpay is as epic and antagonistic as they come.
All right.
Going to movies, listening to music, and golly, Troy, I have first aid training. Oh, please.
And that's saying nothing of the epic songs that are at the heart of the stories. An entire generation has memorized the words to tracks like Start of Something New, Fabulous, Bet on It, and countless others.
That is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it.
Bonus points if you can nail all the choreography too. We simply never want to break free from the nostalgic hold these films have on us. Number 6, The Princess Diaries. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be royal? We'd guess many of you answered yes, and we can certainly relate. The Princess Diaries is the perfect flick to revisit in those moments. Mia Thermopolis is thrown for a loop when her grandmother tells her that she's actually the Princess of Genovia.
Me? A princess? Shut up!
I beg your pardon? Shut up.
A clumsy teenager who doesn't quite fit in, she's introduced to a whole new world that has the potential to be hers. Of course, she comes to see that she can take on the new role while also staying true to herself.
I choose to be, forevermore, Amelia Mionette Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia.
The wish fulfillment aspect, touching yet funny tone, and stellar performances by Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews keep this movie reigning supreme in our lives.
You had it already. How did you know I'd even be here? Because I recognize the same spirit in you as someone else I know. Who? Me.
Number 5, Bring It On. If anyone's ever tried to tell you that cheerleading isn't a sport, you can point them towards Bring It On.
We cheer and we lead. We act like we're on speed. Hate us 'cause we're beautiful. Well, we don't like you either. We're cheerleaders. We are cheerleaders.
As the new captain of the Toros, Torrance wants to guide her squad to success. But as she bonds with some crucial people, she learns that there's more to life than just winning. We also get to meet the rival Clover's squad, whose story sheds light on important societal disparities.
Every time we get some, here y'all come trying to steal it, putting some blonde hair on it, and calling it something different. We've had the best squad around for years, but no one's been able to see what we can do. Oh, but you better believe all that's gonna change this year.
Plus, they're an insanely talented group that wins everyone over. We would play this movie on repeat just to admire the mesmerizing cheer routines, so the rest is a huge bonus. No matter how many times we watch Bring It On, we still find ourselves tempted to burst out our best spirit fingers. Number 4, Clueless. It is hard to believe that it's been almost 3 decades since this movie was released, because we never really stopped talking about it. Cher Horowitz is a privileged teen who gets involved in everyone from her teachers to her new friend Ty's love life.
Rolling with the home.
Okay, let's do it. You ready?
I had to give myself snaps for all the good deeds I was doing. It was so great.
But her heart is in the right place, and by the end of the story, she comes into herself in an incredibly meaningful way.
Who takes care of everyone in this household? Who'll make sure that Daddy eats right? To tell you the truth, I have not seen such good doing since your mother.
Really?
Even if you weren't born when Clueless came out in 1995, chances are you've seen it many times in your lifetime. We can't imagine a day where people aren't quoting Cher or trying to emulate her fashion sense.
Oh, and this Josh and Ty thing was wigging me more than anything. I mean, what was my problem? Ty is my pal. I don't begrudge her a boyfriend. I really... Ooh, I wonder if they have at my size.
It feels like this movie exists outside of the confines of time, and we're definitely not complaining. Number 3, 10 Things I Hate About You. If Bianca Stratford wants to date, she has to make sure her not-so-outgoing sister Kat does too.
Bianca can date. When she does.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
Then you'll never date. Oh, I like that.
What ensues is a perfectly crafted plot which sees the rebellious Patrick Verona agreeing to take the latter character out for a fee. Despite the false pretenses under which their relationship begins, the pair fall in love.
I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
And even at the umpteenth viewing, our hearts melt witnessing their story unfold. The late Heath Ledger really left his mark as Patrick, with that serenade standing out as one of the most memorable scenes ever.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby.
And Julia Stiles' portrayal of Kat flawlessly balances vulnerability and wit. Add in the story's clever nature and depth, and you get a perpetually rewatchable classic.
You can't just buy me a guitar every time you screw up, you know.
Yeah, I know. But then, you know, there's always drums and bass and maybe even one day a tambourine.
There are absolutely zero things to hate about that. Number 2, The Breakfast Club. John Hughes knew how to make unforgettable movies. You could play hooky with Ferris Bueller or live out your romantic Sweet 16 dreams alongside Sam Baker.
Happy birthday, Samantha. Good wish.
It already came true.
And The Breakfast Club is his most enduring work. Its core premise is simple. A group of teens from separate social worlds spend a day in detention together. It ends up being the best punishment anyone could have asked for, and they truly get to know each other and themselves.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain and an athlete
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal. Does that answer your question?
The Breakfast Club's message that we're all much more complex than superficial labels can grasp still resonates today. Sometimes you just need to put on a movie that makes you feel seen and understood.
What do you know about trigonometry? I could care less about trigonometry. Bennett, did you know without trigonometry there'd be no engineering? Without lamps, there'd be no light.
Okay, so neither one of you is any better than the other one.
So it's no wonder we find ourselves pressing play on this one over and over again. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. 13 Going on 30, a relevant story at every stage of life.
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
I'll see you.
Matt!
Yeah. Au revoir.
A Walk to Remember, the perfect bittersweet flick for when you need a good cry.
I'm sick.
I'll take you home. You'll be better tomorrow.
No, Landon. I'm sick. I have leukemia.
She's All That. Lainey and Zach's love story is unforgettable.
Be silent. Be still. Be silent.
Zach.
What?
Shut up.
Grease. We're hopelessly devoted to this classic movie musical.
I saved her life, she nearly drowned.
He showed off, splashing around. Summer sun, something's begun, but there's something on the lights.
She's the Man. The humour, wit, and story still hold up.
Take that off and, or that is, and stick it right in. It absorbs right up.
That's disgusting.
Number 1, Mean Girls. Lindsay Lohan has given us many of the best teen movies of the aughts.
I'm old! I beg your pardon? Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper! Okay, that's enough.
From Freaky Friday to Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Mean Girls takes things up a notch, following formerly homeschooled teen Katie Heron, as she grapples with the allure of popularity after joining the Plastics.
Because being with the Plastics was like being famous. People looked at you all the time, and everybody just knew stuff about you. That new girl moved here from Africa.
And the film gets better with every rewatch. Villain Regina George is a cultural icon, Aaron Samuels is a quintessential heartthrob, and Damien is the quotable legend we wish we could befriend.
Damien sat next to her in English last year.
She asked me how to spell orange.
And that little one? That's Gretchen Wieners.
She's totally rich because her dad invented toaster strudel.
Plus, the humour, drama, and thoughtful stories stand the test of time. So, how many Mean Girls watch parties per month is too many? We'd say the limit does not exist, because it's just that fetch.
Oh my god, I love your bracelet. Where did you get it?
Oh, my mom made it for me.
It's adorable.
Oh, it's so fetch.
What is fetch?
Oh, it's like slang from England.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.